What up, YouTube? I had an interesting thought. Well, actually, it's based on some videos I've been seeing, which I think is kind of messed up. And basically, it's the argument about nice guys, or the difference between a nice guy and a good man. Which, honestly, off rip, I think is a dumb argument. And the reason why I believe it's a dumb argument is because, one, a nice guy, good man, all of that is subjective. It's subjective. Men are going to see a good man as one thing. Women are going to see a good man, a nice guy as one thing or the other. But the most common thing, I guess, is the nice guy is going to be pretty much nice to everybody. He's going to do nice things. But the problem is I think a lot of women have so much trauma that they just don't believe a person can be just that nice. They can, a nice guy can give something to somebody and not ask for anything in return, which is ironic because that's what charity is. You don't really have to give anything to a charity. It's just there to help you. Same thing like welfare. Where you do pay taxes, hopefully, but some people don't pay taxes, but they still benefit. So the concept of a nice guy being bad is a really, really dumb idea. You know what I mean? Now you can have a guy who's got bad intentions potentially, you know what I mean? But you can also have a guy who's good, that's been done bad, so bad by females or a guy, because you got some friends that will actually do you wrong too, because they think you're nice, or just abuse their niceness. But they don't realize that everybody has a breaking point, and that breaking point is usually not crossed by the person who's being nice. It's crossed by the person who thinks that person is so nice that they can be ran over. So now, in reality, the women who are calling the nice guys bad are the bad women. Alright? They are the women that are abusive. They're the ones who mess around with the wrong guys. They choose the wrong guys to the point to where they can't trust the guy who's actually just being a good guy. Alright? So a big difference between a nice guy and a good guy, in my opinion, is a nice guy doesn't have as much trauma as a good guy. Alright? He's a little bit more optimistic about and trusting about having a good relationship with a woman. Whereas a good guy, so to speak, he probably used to be a nice guy. And so now he's been traumatized to a point where he doesn't really trust women. So now when he deals with a woman, he's always going to have his walls up because of women. Now that doesn't necessarily mean he's been through the trauma himself. He could have seen that trauma through his father, through friends, or he could have been taught that women aren't as trusting by his father, friends, uncles, or whatever. Alright? So he may be up on that game. But he's still a man, alright? And realistically, what I don't think women would consider a good man, somebody who don't really just let a woman run over, is a man that's learned not to trust women. Alright? And that goes, let's just say that goes into another point. All women aren't trustworthy. Alright? I hate to say most women, but I'll even go as far as I say most women are not trustworthy. And the reason being is because you have all these women and feminists, and they're saying about how men are abusive. Men can't be trusted. Men are lazy. Men don't do anything. But they'll sit up here and abuse a nice guy. They'll take his money. They'll lie to him. They'll even disrespect him to his face. To other men, 2 other women, and then they'll laugh at him in his face while they're disrespecting him to other men, other women. But the nice guy's the bad guy, right? Yeah. All right. So the next time you have a so-called woman, all right, give her a test. You know, and that don't necessarily mean that you gotta actually test her to her face, because she's gonna actually give you the answer. Now, this test is really going to be dependent on the type of woman she is. One common trait that you'll be able to see with a good woman is she's always going to try to do some type of reciprocity. So if you help her with her fixing her car, she's probably going to make you dinner, buy you lunch. She might, we'll say she'll help you with your homework, something like that. She's going to try to provide some sort of value to her to show that she values that friendship and your efforts to help her. A woman who is a leech, all right, a bad woman, an immature woman, she will never try to balance the equation. She will always try to get as much as she can out of it. Alright? Because one, she's a victim. And does that make her a bad person being a victim? No. However, you being a person who is sympathetic, that makes you her victim. Because she feels so victimized that she's going to take the opportunity. I ain't saying all women do this. There are a lot of women, I would say they're mostly feminists, that will always try to victimize a man that they can. Alright? They will consider you weak because you remind them of themselves. They take the role of the man that victimizes them. And they try to make you pay for somebody else's sins against them. And so these women who are victims are basically not good women for you. Alright? Now you're good for them, but they are not good for you. And in that situation, it's best to drop them women as friends. Because they are basically their enemies, they're frenemies for real. And then on top of that, they won't allow themselves to be attracted to you. Because they can trust you. They don't want their body, because to me, I think these women have shared their bodies with the wrong men so much that they think that if they sleep with a person, that's going to make that man bad or turn against them in some cases, all right? Which I think is primarily the reason why these women who are your friends, or they put you in the friend zone, is because they can trust you, but they think that their vagina will change you. Now, in some cases, it will, depending on the man. But the man who's committed to a woman, it's not going to change because he's already committed to her. And which is ironic because women don't understand the concept of a booty call. A booty call is basically because the man, he finds more value in a woman's body than he does the woman. So he don't want to talk to her because he knows that woman, once she starts talking, he's going to lose attraction for her because she might not have a good personality, she might not have a good sense of humor, she might not have nice teeth. There's a lot of reasons that man's attraction can be lost with a woman. So he'll have sex with her, but he don't want to have a relationship. But this is the thing. It's the exact opposite for when the man is in the friend zone. She'll have a relationship with him, but she won't have sex with him. Alright? And that's the situation that you're in as a nice guy. Alright? And it's it's a catch-22. All right. But because women, now, like I said, go back to the thing. If she's doing reciprocity with you, all right, where she's trying to balance the friendship, that type of friend, being in the friend zone for that type of woman is okay. Not, however, it's not necessarily ideal. But then again, you know what? It might be cool. And the reason why I say that is because if you are in a friend zone with a woman who's okay, that's cool. All right. However, you know and she knows you're going to be looking for other relationships, and you should be. You can use her as kind of a confirmation to other women that you have value. All right. And some women are just, we'll just say, just they're going to be defensive of us. Some women are just weak. All right. And the thing that makes them weak is because they cannot find and validate a man on their own. They are so hung up with what their friends say that they follow their friends before they follow you. And that's just a weak woman. And you don't really need to be with that woman. All right. And it may sound offensive to women, but it's true. If a woman who can't stand on her own and make decisions, all right, good decisions, is a weak woman. All right. And that's somebody you don't need to be with anyway. Because depending on what her friends say or another guy says, she's just going to run. She's just going to take, whatever value, or she's going to take the advice from the person she values the most. And if that's not you, you shouldn't be with her. Does that make sense? Alright, so if she's doing reciprocity with you, she's okay to have as a friend, and actually she'd be an asset because you can actually talk to her about, you know, different things and come out on top. However, if you are not able to shut off your desire to have a relationship with this woman because you're just so in love with her, you're infatuated with her, whatever, then that could be a problem as well. So if you know for a fact that she don't want a relationship with you for whatever reason, and there are some women like that, you know, they may like you as a friend and they may actually respect you. However, they may not want to be with you because maybe you're younger than she is, or she has a kid and she don't know if you'd be good for a kid, or her situation might not be very good for you. You know, she may have a ex-boyfriend that's abusive, and you know, he might be a lot bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? So that's true reason why even an honorable woman who put you in the friend zone may not want to have a relationship with you. But if you can't get in a relationship with her, you might have to drop her as a close friend. She can be an acquaintance, you know what I mean? But realistically, you need to figure out a way of shutting that off if there's no chance. Whether she's a good woman or a bad one, period. Alright? But, let's see here. It is not, to me, it's a dumb argument as far as a woman calling a man a nice guy or a good guy, because it's subjective. And the woman is really going to be the one to determine it. You really have no say over it. So now you can better yourself as a man, but you can't really change a woman's perception about you in totality, in my opinion. In my opinion, in my experience, anytime a woman already has a preconceived idea about you, well, let's just say immature. Because there are some women who are mature enough that they can actually change their perception of you after they talk to you for a while. All right. And sometimes you have a woman that it could be for a positive or it could be for a negative. But in any regard, you as a man cannot change how how somebody else perceives you. That's man or woman. All right. Now, if you were in a situation with a man and he thinks you're a punk, and then you beat him down, you know what I'm saying? You get in a fight and you beat him down, that can change his perception. However, you can't do that with a female. All right. So don't ever. First of all, I'd say take a woman at her word. If she calls you nice and she is not really a friend that's reciprocating value, drop her. She's not your friend. You need to drop her. Don't talk to her. Don't contact her. Block her. Don't listen to her. Don't give her nothing. If she asks for advice, don't give her no advice. If she needs somebody to talk to because she going through something with a boyfriend, don't listen to her. You keep it moving. Don't give her no type of attention. Don't give her no type of time. She thinks you're a nice guy. She thinks you're a punk. You know what? She's a punk. She can go and deal with her own self. She can go back to that playboy she dealing with that don't listen to her in the first place, and she can deal with him. She ain't worth your time. All right. And then on top of that, you have these women talking about, oh, nice guys are bad. Well, nice guys are going to be the ones that go change the time. Nice guys are going to be the ones that go possibly give them some money to help them out, you know, without asking for anything in return. Nice guys are going to be the one to probably take her out to dinner multiple times, even though she lied to his face about her actually liking him. And then again, she'll play dumb. A lot of women play dumb, like, oh, I just thought you wanted to take me out. I'll forget you. You know what? Sometimes you gotta just ask them straight up. Look, first of all, I wouldn't take a woman on a date unless I know for sure she has some type of attraction. And I ain't talking about that foodie date attraction. I'm talking about an honest attraction. Now, if you talk and you find out that she has other qualities that make her less attractive, or vice versa, that's one thing. But there should at least be some type of initial attraction. All right. If she can't prove that, she don't get on date. All right. She definitely don't get on dinner date. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a coffee date, and a coffee date is kind of help you feel it out. Because if she enjoys being with you without spending a whole lot of money, that's good. All right. If you enjoy being with her without spending a whole lot of money, that's good. You know, the goal is to find somebody that you can do absolutely nothing with and still have fun being with that person. Y'all can just talk all night. All right. But if you got to spend money on a woman just for her to enjoy being with you, she is not worth it. All right. And it's ironic that we don't have a term for women. You know, they have the term nice guys, you know, good guys and bad boys. You know, even though they don't really follow about it. I mean, you have a lot of immature women out there. And it's time for us to know that they're immature women, identify that these women are immature, and then just leave them on the side. Alright? If they want to be with a man who don't want to listen to them, fine. Alright? They don't need to be with a man. They don't need to be with you. You don't need to waste your time listening to her when she's with a man that don't listen to her. If she's with a man that don't listen to her, don't help her, don't provide for her, that don't do nothing for her except be good in the bedroom, that's her. Alright? You need to leave her with him. You don't fill in the place for some other dude. That's not your job. Alright? You're not a renter dude, or you're not a welfare dude, okay? You're not a financial, emotional side dude for another dude, all right? And that's what a lot of these modern women, feminists try to do, is they know you're a good man, all right? They you're trustworthy, they know you're reliable, but they try to separate their sexual needs from their emotional needs instead of finding one guy to do both, or one guy who does what they really want, emotional needs, and then they can okay with sexual. They don't want to settle for that stuff. They want to get the bus above words. But as far as me and you are concerned, that's tough luck. You know what I'm saying? If I can't find a 10, you know what I'm saying, that's nice, and can cook, clean, and do all this everything else in the house, and she can't find a dude that can do good in the bedroom and be beautiful. Alright? That's just life. Okay? Now if you do find, woohoo! More power to you, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't, that's just life. And a man, a good guy's gonna be faithful regardless. A nice guy's gonna be faithful regardless. That man who is a good guy, because he doesn't have that much trust in women in the first place, he is not gonna be as patient with a woman as a nice guy's gonna be. Alright? If she's an immature woman, a good guy is going to drop her like a box of rocks. Because she ain't mature enough to be with that guy. Alright? And women, feminism made women really, really, really bad at relationships. So bad it's horrible. Women talk about all this emotional intelligence, stuff like that. They are severely lacking in emotional intelligence. A lot of women. The women who are not are the ones who are going to be transactional in the relationship, meaning they're going to actually be nice to you. They're going to try to they're going to try to give back instead of just being a take. Immature women take. That's the reason why even the men they want don't want them. Alright? They're either take or they're give. Alright? One or the other. So they are imbalance on multiple levels. And a woman, even if, let's just say a good woman, this is how I say a good woman. A good woman, she is not going to just be take, and she's not going to be just give. Alright? She's actually going to be transactional in her dealings, even with a bad boy. Alright? And this is the real power of a woman is in who she is. Her level of respectability can actually cause even a bad guy. I mean, she can cause a bad boy to change who he is in order to get with her. That's how powerful some women are with some men. Alright? But she is never going to be on the other side of that. She's going to be balanced. So, whereas an immature woman, a bad boy is going to be like, hey, I want you. And this woman, the immature woman, is going to be like, okay. Even if she says no at first, eventually she's going to say okay because she wants him that bad. She almost can't stand not to have him, to a point to where she would actually go against her own self, her own conscience, just to have this guy. All right. Now a strong woman who's traditional, this is the difference. A strong traditional woman is going to be like, look, I understand, I want you, and you want me. But this is what you got to do it. If you give me what I want, give me security, you give me a relationship, I will give you myself, my devotion, blah, blah, blah. It's still going to be, she's still going to be transactional in that regard. You know what I'm saying? You can't get something for nothing. All right? And a lot of these modern women, how they mess up is because they are giving themselves for nothing. All right? These bad boys, playboys, thugs, I think about it. They're giving for a little bit of something. All right, these guys are giving them breadcrumbs, and these women are so infatuated with the men that they don't realize that they are starving off of these breadcrumbs. And the indication that they're starving off of these breadcrumbs from these bad boys and men is because that's the reason why they have you in the friend zone. All right, you are in the friend zone because that dude is literally not enough for you. He is not giving her enough love, enough attention that she needs to live on. But she is so infatuated with him that she don't understand that she is starving. She is starving for attention. She's starving for love. She's starving for support. She's starving. So you are actually, as the nice guy that she don't like, she don't really respect. She probably likes you as a friend, but she don't really respect you like she needs to. You are literally being you're basically like a food, what you call a food pantry for poor people. You're giving a poor person what she needs to survive a bad relationship. All right, you're like the church giving out the soup. You're like the soup kitchen for a poor homeless person, and that's that woman that puts you in the friend zone. The so-called awesome woman who's so smart, so attractive, so gung-ho boss chick. All right, you are her whole support system because she picked a relationship that she can't even survive in, and she don't even realize it. All right, I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but I think that was good. But these women need you, and they don't even realize how much they need you. They hate the fact that they need you because you are really what they need, and the man that they want is just the man they want. Alright? So if they ever call you, if you were in a situation where you have a woman, ask her, do you think I'm a good guy or do you think I'm a nice guy? If she says nice guy, she's not doing reciprocity, deuces. Get up out of her. She ain't worth your time. Alright, if she says you're a good guy, but she's doing reciprocity, that's okay. Alright? But if she's one of those bad girls, bad chicks, bad babes, boss chicks, all that stuff, and she looks at you and she don't respect you, she does disrespectful things, she makes fun of you, little jokes and stuff like that, you ask her that question. Actually, you ain't really got to answer that question. If she does anything disrespectful to you, makes fun of you, anything like that, she not your friend, trying to drop her like a box of rocks. Alright? So, biggest difference between a nice guy and a good man is a nice guy doesn't have as much trauma from women. A nice guy doesn't have as much trauma from women as a good guy. And also, it's basically based on perception, or it's subjective. And it's a good woman is going to see you as a good man more than likely. She may say you're too nice, but she won't say it in a disrespectful way. She'll say it in a way that's to kind of warn you that women are going to try to take advantage of you. All right, but she'll always respect you. And so, just remember that. Take care of yourself. Don't take it to heart. If a woman calls you a nice guy, you just leave her. Alright? If she meets the qualifications for leaving. You find a woman who's going to look at you as a man, like you. She's sexually interested in you, and she's personally interested in you. Alright? personally interested in you, find another woman, all right? Unless she qualifies as a friend. If she's only sexually interested in you, that's a little bit better. However, that can change, all right? It's better to find somebody you can get along with and be sexually, have sexual fun. But I think that's good for now. This is what happens when